Good evening and welcome to episode 11 of A Case of the Blues. You already know what I'm doing with that. I'm Case and Chelsea recorded 2-1 loss to Liverpool at Anfield. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Disappointing to obviously lose the game. Um, I thought we was very much in the game, which is a very stark contrast to last season, where I never really felt like we could even challenge Liverpool away from last season. So there's some positives to take from the game. It wasn't overall a bad performance from Chelsea. I just think Liverpool won on the day, and that's football sometimes, which is frustrating and obviously disappointing that we've lost. But there's some positives to take from it. One thing that it does do now, though, is it does put a little bit of pressure on this team going into the Newcastle game, because the run of games that we've got, it could well easily start swinging the wrong way. So the next game, as I say in the title, it's a loss, but it's one that we need to react to. We need to react in the next game. Um, Yeah, man, bit disheartened. I was very excited for today because I didn't know what we was gonna get. I mean, I haven't been overly impressed with Liverpool, um, and I've been impressed with what Chelsea have been doing this season. So this was a good test to see where we're really at. Do I know where we're at now? Yeah, I think we're not up there competing for the title, but I think we're starting to get a little bit of stability in the team, where we're starting to cause issues for the teams in the Premier League that are challenging for the title. And it's not going to be long before we're up there as well. Um, but as I say, we have got a very difficult run ahead of us. And to really bring that statement forward, we need to be winning and grabbing more points on the board. And we especially need to be beating the teams above us. Obviously, we've beaten Brighton, but we've got Villa above us, Arsenal above us, Liverpool above us, and City above us. We've lost to City, we've lost to Liverpool, we've got Arsenal coming up, we've beaten Brighton, and we need to beat Aston Villa. If this is going to work out for us this season, we need to be beating the teams above us. Um, but yeah, just disappointed that we've obviously lost the game, as you would be. But overall, the performance wise, I don't think we had a bad game. There were some sloppy moments in it. That's expected in 90 minutes. And there's some things we could have done better. I mean, we didn't really create much today. I didn't think we had more attempts than Liverpool, but I don't think the chances that we did create were very much ones that you'd think, oh, hey, we're going to score here. Didn't really feel that um, throughout the 90 minutes. But yeah, to begin with the lineup, I was a little bit surprised, to be fair, to see Reece James come in and start straight after injuries, come back in. I thought this is a risky game to be putting him in and trying him out straight away. Um, and we saw Lavia come into the middle. So two players that have just come back from injury, and putting them in a high intense game, which well, I expected it to be a high intense game. I didn't really get that feel today. I felt like Liverpool sat back quite a bit and tried playing on the counter. Um, but yeah, I thought it was a bit risky for Menzo to play them two, but I thought they both came in and done well. Yeah, so the surprise was seeing them start, and then having Gusto left back. I thought Viega would have been the choice, and have him doing that inverted role. But again, Gusto I thought come in and done well. He offered quite a bit of support for Sancho out on the wing, and it is what it is. But the Olavia one, I do understand why he brought him in, because I expected to see some sort of muscle in that middle. I mean, Enzo, we already know he's as weak as a feather. Um, and with Gravenberch playing the way that he's playing, I expected Lavia to play and try and, be some muscle in there and break up the play. And I thought Lavia was probably one of our best players on the pitch, to be fair. I thought he had a really good game. But yeah, we started the game really well. We had control for like the first 20 minutes or so. Um, we was obviously in the ascendancy. We looked like the team that was going to score, if anything, if we was going to create anything. We didn't really create much. It wasn't like we was peppering Liverpool's goal. It wasn't one of them games. It wasn't like Chelsea are in control and we're battering Liverpool. We've got chance after chance. It wasn't like that. We just had a lot of possession. We had control over the ball. We had control of how the game was going, and we was starting to probe and we was starting to cause problems. Madueke out on the right hand side, starting to cause issues. We started to look like we were starting to create some chances, and off the run of play, fucking typical Liverpool luck. They get a favourable bounce of the ball uh, that Curtis Jones done well to turn on, and Colwell gives away a penalty, all against the run of play. Obviously, Salah steps up and buries it, but completely changed the momentum of the game as you'd expect. Because before that, Liverpool were flat. I mean, the crowd you could see were getting a little bit frustrated. Um, It was as if they had no energy. They were sitting back too much. They weren't pressing at all. Completely different to what you'd see under Klopp with the press, 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 press. You weren't seeing none of that. Um, so yeah, a penny against the run of play. They score it. It's 1-0. For the rest of the half, it's more Liverpool, I would say, creating chances and scoring. I mean, they had got the ball in the back of the net for a second time, which was offside from Salah, all because of a stupid ball out from Sanchez, who's trying to play it quick, but he can't kick the ball straight. So it just come back and it went in, but obviously he was offside. And then they had a second penalty decision, which I was probably a little bit harsh on Sanchez. I was screaming my head off at him. He led with his feet, which I thought you would lead with your body and try and grab that ball, but he led with his feet. He did get to the ball first, so it wasn't a penalty. Um, but very lucky because he was just got ahead of him. So overall, I'm not very impressed with Sanchez today. I thought he had another wobbly game, and I think if your goalkeeper is playing like that, the defense must sense that off of him. Oh, he's having one of his wobbly games again, one of his dopey moments where he just keeps passing the ball into stupid areas or kicking the ball out or doing something dodgy. He had a wobbly moment with Reece James at one point. He had the ball, he had plenty of space, plenty of time on the ball. Players obviously coming to close him down. He could have just smashed it down the pitch. He decides to try and play it back to Reece James. It doesn't come off. Luckily, the deflection off of the Liverpool player comes back into his hands. So he got away with it there. But all of these things must be playing on the mind of these defenders when Levi Colwell's passing him the ball and straight away he's bouncing it back to him without him even getting it, like even setting himself up into a position to receive the ball. Stuff like that really annoys me from Sanchez. And when he has a good week, he follows it up with a week like this, and you just think, come on, this is Liverpool you're doing this against. So I weren't impressed with him at all today. Curtis Jones, however, for Liverpool had an absolutely brilliant game. I was going to say worldie. It wasn't a worldie, but he had a very good game today. Salah's ball for the second goal was a worldie of a pass, that's for sure. But Curtis Jones, yeah, he did really well. He had a very good game today. Um, but yeah, we go into the first half obviously 1-0 down. And we start quick on the second half with a good run from Jackson, who I didn't think really done much today at all. Good run from Jackson. Pass comes through, and to be fair, a good finish. And he's got another goal for us. So well done, Jackson. But then, other than that, the goal they scored was pretty much straight after that. Let me just check when that goal was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they scored quite quickly after us scoring. Let's have a look. So yeah, within 3 minutes of us scoring, they've gone down the other end and they've scored as well. So just as we thought, we're back in it. Liverpool do the right thing in terms of what they need to do and bounce back, bang, and flip the momentum again. And then it was a game of just trying to probe each other out and trying to get a goal. Really, I think Liverpool looked like the team that were going to create more and get a goal, if anything. Um, we had more possession, and we actually had more attempts on goal, which I found a bit strange. But we didn't look like, you do all this XG bollocks. I don't believe in XG, but they done this XG bollocks, and rightly so. You would have thought Liverpool looked like the ones that were going to score more than we were. Um, but yeah, man, bit disheartening. We were definitely in the game. I felt Salah's pass for that goal was just absolutely ridiculous. Brilliant find of the ball, whips it in, and Curtis Jones sorts his feet out and scores. So that's it. We lose the game. After that, there wasn't really a time after that that we troubled Liverpool's defence to warrant us winning the game. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think Chelsea have done enough to win the game, although I think we played well enough to not lose the game. Unfortunately, we've lost the game. If that makes any sense, that's football for you. Um, yeah, I mean, we had plenty of corners and opportunities to score in that sense, in terms of the corners. We don't score corners. We don't score corners. To me, at the moment, Chelsea taking a corner is absolutely pointless because we don't ever get on the end of it. We did have a free kick at one point where Viega, he should have scored that. To be fair, he had a free header, and he headed it over the bar. Um, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be for us today, which is disappointing. But I went into the game excited, thinking, you know what? For once, I'm a little bit more confident. For the last 2 seasons, it's been a mess, and I've gone into these games thinking we're going to get battered. Today, I didn't go into the game thinking we was going to get battered, and we didn't get battered. Um, take that how you want, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. We still lost the game, but there's some positives to take. You can see that this team's clearly moved forward from last season. Um, so when I've been saying that this game this weekend will really tell us where we are, I think we know where we are. I think we should be saying that, yeah, look, we're definitely going to be fighting for top four this season. I did say before the game that if we get wins all the way through to the next 5 fixtures, I think the Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United, Arsenal, all of them games, if we won all of them, I'd definitely be saying that we're in there with a title shout. Title, not winning it, title push or race, whatever. Today just confirms that I don't think we're just there yet, but we should definitely be looking at top four this season. Um, and I'll be honest with you, the teams above us, I don't look at any of them and think they're title winners. None of them. City, I think they've been riding their luck. Look at them today, 95th minute header. But you know what City are like. They've got the know-how and the minerals and the experience to go the full length of a season and grind out results. You've got Arsenal, who I don't think have particularly played well, but they're grinding out results because they've got a strong team. You've got Liverpool grinding out results. I don't think they've necessarily played good so far, but you can see the top three kind of moving into a title race kind of thing. And that's where I think it will be between them. But none of the three, I look at them and think they're standout. They're going to win. I think they've all been riding their luck recently. Um, and yeah, man, today's just not a day for Chelsea, which is just fucking annoying. We've just got to make sure that we bounce back and we react from this. And when we go into that Newcastle game, we have to win that game. If we drop points against Newcastle, you're gonna start seeing us drop down the table. I mean, Brighton have got some favourable fixtures coming up. Villa as well. I think they've got Wolves and Bournemouth. I mean, obviously Bournemouth beat Arsenal yesterday, but circumstances in that game may have had a massive effect on that result. Um, we've got to win the next game, to be honest. I think it's Newcastle at home. Let me just check. Uh, well, we've got Panathinaikos in the Conference League, and then we've got Newcastle at home, 2 o'clock. So we've got them again as well in the EFL Cup, similar to last season. That was, yeah. So we've got quite a few games coming up in a short period of time. We've got a lot of games coming up in a short period of time. Yeah, look, we've got to go. We've got to beat Newcastle at home. If I'm honest with you, otherwise you're going to start seeing us slip down the table, and everything's going to change. Do you know what I'm saying? So we need to win that game at the weekend coming up. Um, if I look at the performances from the players, I've written down. If I can find it, I wrote down the ratings. That I gave them. Now I either give them a 6.5. Sorry, I either give them a full number or a half number. I don't do nothing. It's point 0.8, point 0.6, point 0.4, whatever. None of that shit. It's either a full number or a half number. Yeah. So in goal, I had Sanchez. Now I put him down as a 5. Reason being is because I just don't think he gives us any confidence in that back four, back five, whatever you want to call it. When he's having a wobbly moment, you can tell that these players are scared and nervous to pass to him. He did one good pass in that first half over the top to Sancho, who did nothing all game. And then other than that, I thought he had a really wobbly game. Gusto, I put him down as a 6. I thought he did all right up against Salah. Um, got beat a couple of times, but I thought all in all, I think he done well. I think he did well supporting Sancho as well. Tosin and Colwell. Now, I always mark the centre backs together unless one of them really stands out and does shit. But I both gave them a 5.5. I don't think they looked very convincing today, if I'm honest with you. Bit nervy, if I'm honest with you. Bit nervy. The penalty decision against Colwell, the yellow card for Tosin, which after seeing the Bournemouth game, I know that's going to be one for debate. In my opinion, I didn't think that was a red card because Cole was right there, and I think the Saliba one's a lot different. You see Raya right off his goal, and you see Ben White out of the picture. So there was an opportunity, in my opinion, for is it Evan Nielsen to get onto that and potentially, I don't know, lob Raya. I don't know. But yeah, it's obviously going to be one for debate. James, I thought done all right. Didn't think he put a foot wrong. To be fair, I gave him a 6. Caicedo, I gave a 6.5. Obviously, he got an assist for today for Jackson. I thought he done all right in the middle there. Lavia, I thought was our best player. I gave him a 7. I just thought he was really good on the ball. He's very good in tight spaces. He turns well. He breaks up the play. He breaks away from the play and gets the move going. I thought he was really good today. Palmer, I gave him a 6. Didn't really hear much from Palmer today. Didn't really hear his name a lot. Even when I did the live stream and we went through half time talking about the players, I completely forgot. Completely forgot. And even when I did the ratings, he was the last person I put down because I completely forgot he played today. So not his most active game. You're going to get some games like that. Sancho, I thought he was poor today. 5.5 I gave him. He looked scared to try and beat his man all the time. I don't know what that was about. Every time he get the ball down the wing, he'd bring it back and just drive. Just drive. Usually get a bit of confidence. Try and beat your player. I think there was a few occasions we attacked down that side and it just didn't work off. It didn't work with him on the pitch, to be honest. Madueke, I thought he had a good game. 6.5 I gave him. I thought he gave Robertson some problems. He's very direct. He puts defenders on their back foot. He has them jockeying backwards. He's he's a good player, man, and he just needs to keep it up and keep learning and keep that experience and keep doing what he's doing because he tries it over and over and over again, and eventually he gets into positions where we're gonna score. So I don't mind him doing that as long as we get goals and assists from that. And he causes a lot of problems that opens up other areas of the pitch, in my opinion. So I'm happy with Madueke. I don't think he's one person that we should be dropping at the moment. I still think he's got something to offer. Jackson, I gave him a 6.5. That's only because he got the goal. Other than that, I thought he was pretty poor. I thought his hold up play was shit. He made one good run that led for the goal, which was good, obviously. Other than that, he messed up quite a few things that we were trying to do in the middle there. didn't really see him getting involved in the game either. Nkunku come on for not long. I thought he weren't great when he come on. I gave him a 6. Enzo came on. Maybe I've got an issue with him. I gave him a 5.5. Again, another player that I just think I he came on, he did a few good things. He's just you expect him to jump in that middle. I mean, when you watch him for Argentina, he's on the ball a lot. Do you know what I mean? He's when he came on the pitch, you expect him to do something and change the game and have an impact. And I just didn't feel like he had any of that. Viega came on. I thought he'd done well, but I gave him a 6. Obviously, got the yellow card. Neto, I thought come on and done really well. I gave him a 6.5. He looked very dangerous. He started putting the defense on their toes as well. He made a couple good dribbles and runs and run through the defense. Um, Badiashile, sorry. I gave him a 6. Thought he came on and done all right. A couple bozo moments, but other than that, I thought he done all right. And yeah, what can I say? We have to win our next game against Newcastle. That's all I can say. So, although disappointed to lose against Liverpool, there's some positives to take away in a sense that this team is moving forward, but we have to get the results to match it. We can't keep doing this. We're moving forward. We look better. We structurally look better, etc., and we don't get the results. Otherwise, there's no like we still win the same place. Do you know what I'm saying? We're just looking prettier. No point. We have to win that game. Anyway, if you're tuning in, subscribe if you haven't. Be much appreciated. Leave a like. Drop a comment if you want to get some debates going. I'm all for it. Follow me on my other socials. Appreciate you tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, it'll be the Panathinaikos one. If not, Panathinaikos, I think, is on the Thursday. Is it? Sorry, 1 second. It is. It's on the Thursday. It's an early kickoff. I won't be doing that. It's too early. I won't even be back from work when that kicks off. So, won't be doing the Panathinaikos game, but I'll probably do a match reaction and I will see you against Newcastle.